Lucky's devastated. If Elizabeth can help him,
It's only gonna make things worse.
That's a little harsh.
Look, I'm sympathetic. Losing a child is the worst thing a parent could go through. But this tragedy is not gonna make Lucky and Elizabeth's problems magically disappear.
Right, but they're both parents, and grieving together is part of the healing process.
Says who?
Maxie, seriously?
They both have family. Elizabeth has Steve and her grandmother. And even though Lucky is having issues with Luke, he still has you and Ethan and Nicholas and Siobhan, I guess.
Okay, but Elizabeth and Lucky have known each other forever. Why is this such a big deal?
Okay, fine. Let's play this out. Lucky and Elizabeth console each other. They're both in the most vulnerable place two people can be, so they grow closer, fall back into old patterns. Why would they want to go there?
Isn't that up to them to decide?
Absolutely. If Lucky and Elizabeth turn to each other, that's their choice. Forcing them to is setting the stage for disaster.
Should probably get going.
I'm glad Lucky feels close to you again. That he feels like he can let you help him.
I want to help the both of you.
You know, when I think about all the petty things that I've gotten all worked up about, and then something like this happens, and it makes me wonder why I haven't been more thankful about everything.
Yeah, well, I think we're all guilty of that. You know, taking things for granted and realizing too late how fortunate we are. See ya.
You said that Lucky opened up to you?
Yeah. Yeah, he said that he felt like relapsing.
I'm sure it's tempting to just want to escape all this pain.
Yeah. But look, he's well aware of the ruin his addiction has caused, and he doesn't want to repeat that.
Sometimes when people are on the brink, they need a purpose, a reason to fight the demons.
He has all the support I can give.
I hated it when the two of you were fighting before you figured out that the feud was your parents and not yours. But I'm just really glad that you and Lucky have learned to love and trust each other again.
Well, I destroyed that trust once. And somehow we found our way back. And I have a chance to be his brother again and help him through this, and that's exactly what I'm going to do.
It's a perfectly reasonable question, Sonny. You're married to the boy's mother. How much of a role do you want to play in Lucian's life? I mean, I can imagine that you have some trepidation given the dangers that your other children are exposed
I don't
to.
pay you to pry into my personal life.
As your attorney, I am simply advising you that this is an issue you are going to have to face sooner or later.
You're getting real close to crossing that line.
I haven't even begun to touch the line with my toes, Sonny. You're married to the boy's mother. She's brought him into the house, presumably for good. Now you
Enough! Okay, that's it.
Okay, not that you asked, but I will tell you that the book that I co-authored, The Secret Life of Damien Spinelli, is a runaway bestseller, so it would serve you right if I simply resigned from being your attorney and retired to writing full-time.
Am I interrupting?
No, we're finished here. Okay, Diane, I already let you know what I need. Now, unless you want to resign and start collaborating with the, alien from another planet, that's up to you.
Since you have expected me to put up with this insufferable, not to mention condescending attitude, the least you can do is provide me a driver.
May not be the best time right now.
If it gets Diane out of here, be my guest.
Okay, let's go. Let's do that. Max
will be taking a well-deserved 5-hour lunch.
Yeah, whatever. You know, she's a terrific lawyer, but sometimes I feel like, it's more trouble than it's worth.
Well, you might want to be nice to Diane because Michael might need her.
You gotta play it cool, Michael. Don't let the cops pressure you into making a mistake.
Now, Ronnie Domestico doesn't give a damn about the truth. He wants Jason. He's going to use Abby as a way to get him. Look, I need to track down this killer and put an end to this.
It's not gonna help Abby if you implicate yourself.
I don't want her getting harassed.
Then don't give the cops another reason to drag her in again.
Why are you telling me this? If I'm walking into a trap, why won't you let me do it?
I got no issues with you, Michael.
I killed your sister. Why don't you want revenge?
Claudia was sick with guilt for the role that she played in your shooting. She would want me to make up for it any way that I could.
And Johnny, you loved your sister. And you're angry that she's dead.
Yeah, I'm angry with Sonny, not you. He treated her terribly, made her feel worthless. Hell, if I'm honest with myself, Claudia was already half gone by the time she took your mother hostage. And part of me also wants to believe that maybe Claudia wanted it to end. Either way, bottom line, I don't blame you, and neither would Claudia.
I need to talk to you.
Okay. All right. Fine. What did I do this time?
No, it's something that I did, and I need your opinion. I need you to be brutally honest with me.
Okay, fine. As long as you don't throw it back in my face next time you get annoyed with me, because you tend to do that every once in a while.
Could you listen
Frequently.
to me, please? Lulu thinks that Lucky is grieving so hard over Jake that he's isolating himself. She wants to encourage Elizabeth to help Lucky through this, and I told her I don't think it's a good idea.
Okay, and your reason for that would be?
I said some mean but true things about Elizabeth and how she treated Lucky before Jake's death, and that Jake's death didn't change that.
All right, and so if that's what you believe, then...
Who am I to say what Lucky and Elizabeth should be doing? I mean, losing a child is the worst thing that could possibly happen to a person. Maybe normal rules don't apply. Maybe whatever makes a person feel better is okay, and I'm an awful person to say otherwise.
Hey, thanks for coming by to see me on such short notice.
Well, you didn't leave me much choice, did you? I believe your exact words were, meet me at Kelly's or I'll come to the hospital and drag you.
Did I say that?
Mm-hmm.
How you doing?
I'm worried about Elizabeth.
Yeah. I can't even imagine the pain of losing a child. And I don't just mean for the mother, I mean for the entire family. Which brings me back to my original question. How are you doing?
I'm still trying to process Jake's death. Doesn't make much sense. Probably never will.
No, and at the risk of sounding presumptuous, Steve, you're not going to find the answers to that in your work.
Did Robin put you up to this?
No, nobody puts me up to anything. I use my brilliant powers of deduction to notice the fact that you have fallen off the face of the earth.
Things have gotten busy at the hospital, and I'm grateful for that.
Yeah. I get it. Steve, I'm not passing judgment. Okay, I know everyone's got to work through these things on their own time. I'm just telling you, your job as chief of staff at that hospital is not the only thing in your life. Can't be.
There's you.
Yeah. And my superb cooking. And your guitar.
And where's this
And a
lady?
picnic.
Pick.
In the park on Saturday. Okay, I'll supply the food, you supply the music.
What, you're gonna come and drag me?
Mm-hmm. You catch on quick.
Yeah, thanks. I'd love to go. In fact, I'd take off right now, but I need to get back to the hospital. Something I have to do.
Yes, thank you. You know, is it that difficult to find one guard for a 3-year-old boy?
What are you talking about, a 3-year-old?
Nobody told you about the boy?
I guess not.
You know what? There's been so much going on. I assume that Brenda told you.
About what? I don't...
Her son.
The baby. So I was right. The baby
you
didn't
were
die in
half
Africa.
right. Brenda didn't lose the baby, and she wasn't lying. Suzanne engineered the whole thing. All right? She took Brenda's baby and let Brenda think that he was dead.
Doesn't sound like a very good friend.
Try telling that to Brenda. Night before last, Suzanne, out of the blue, shows up right there at the door, right? With a 3-year-old boy named Lucian, and she claims it's Brenda's son.
Any proof?
Well, there's a birth certificate, adoption papers, but there's, that's all that stuff can be forged.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if anyone knows about that, it's me. I mean, I signed away rights to a kid that wasn't even mine, and now this kid is here. That's crazy.
Sweet kid, shy to be expected, but all Brenda can think about now is being a good mother to this little boy.
And that concerns you?
Well, all I want is for Brenda to be happy. But I don't trust Suzanne, and I think she has an angle, but even if she didn't...
What?
I don't want any more kids. I mean, I'm trying to do what I can with the kids that I got. But I married Brenda, and I convinced her that we could, you know, we could go through anything together. We belong together. I didn't know she had a child.
Would that have changed things if you had?
Well, I mean, look, I mean, I would love Brenda regardless. But the thing is, you know how hard it is to bring up kids in this life. Even for mothers. I mean, look at what Carly had to go through, kidnapping, shootings, you know, thinking Michael was dead.
Yeah, there's no way,
I mean, you know, it's tough. I mean...
Brenda wouldn't be able to stand up to that.
No. What I'm thinking is, she loves this little boy. I see her with the boy. It's tough. So, the only thing I can do at this point is adjust. I'm sorry I didn't tell you.
No, come on, you got a lot you're doing. That's okay.
Speaking of my kids, how's Michael? What?
Well, look, Abby's ex-boyfriend was found dead in the parking lot of Vaughn's with 2 bullets in his head.
And I know you're doing everything you can to protect your brother.
Michael's more worried about Abby than he is himself.
I don't care. Look, Abby is a big girl. She can take care of herself. Michael needs to be careful or he's going back to prison. You know that.
There is another concern.
What the hell does that mean, another concern?
I have reason to believe that John Zacchara is trying to exploit the situation.
Exploit? How?
Abby's ex, Brandon Lowell, I mean, this guy didn't have 2 nickels to rub together, yet he's got the most expensive lawyer in town, Angela Dwyer. She represents the Zaccharas.
So Johnny pays to get Brandon released. Brandon's on the street. He ends up dead. Michael is going to pay for it. That's what Johnny wants, so he can get back at me. Is that what you're saying?
It's just one possible scenario.
No, that's how Johnny thinks.
Yeah, but there's no proof. So I'm warning you, you got to proceed with caution here. Don't start a war over this.
Okay, hold on here. It's amazing how we were just talking about a 3-year-old little boy who turns up in my house. And I'm thinking, Michael was my first kid, and look what he's been through. I don't want him suffering anymore. So, I'm telling you, as my son, the cop, if Johnny is behind this, I will shut him down.